This is Gary Guyman with the Dominate the Day podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to help you get 1% better in your business, provide clarity, and give you some ideas that will help you grow your business. If you're ready to dominate the day, let's go.
Dominate the day, that's what we're about to do. If you don't want to dominate, then this podcast ain't for you. But if you are, then keep listening, cause every single damn day, the mission is to dominate. You already know. We're here to dominate the day. So if you want to dominate every day, then let's go, it's time to grow. This is another episode of Dominate the Day.
Tuesday, Dominate the Day, and I want to talk about a Titan. This guy really... He wasn't a titan in business. He was more of a titan in sports, but you can take away a lot of lessons that he taught for sports relates to business. And in fact, he's written a book on leadership. He has a pyramid, a leadership pyramid that you should follow with foundations and how to set up your leadership to be strong. He actually developed a 7-point creed that he says was given to him by his father when he graduated from high school, and he tried to live by those on a daily basis, and then he took and put those into his pyramid of success. The 7-point creed was: be true to yourself, make each day your masterpiece, help others, drink deeply from good books, make friendship a fine art, build a shelter against a rainy day, pray for guidance, give thanks for your blessings every day. And while I'm not a fan of the team that he coached, I am a fan of him. That's John Wooden. Actually, John Wooden grew up not too far from where I'm from. He grew up in Indiana. And in fact, when he graduated college, he went to Purdue on a basketball scholarship. He was 5'10". He was considered a very aggressive, hard-nosed, grit type player. His coach would always say that he had suicide dives because he would dive headfirst for balls everywhere. But he was an All-American, I think, 3 times at Purdue. I believe they won a national championship. I'm not exactly sure about that. But when he left Purdue, he got a job teaching and coaching at Dayton High School, which is still in existence today. And he coached, I believe he taught English, and he coached at Dayton from 33 to 35. And actually, I just found this out. I was doing some research on him. I just found this out. His only losing season in his coaching career, he coached for 42 or 43 years. His only losing season was his first year at Dayton High School. He had 6 losses and 10 wins. And after that, he never had a losing season in basketball. I've coached basketball at the high school level. I've known a lot of high school basketball coaches. And I've never known a coach to coach more than 5 years and not have more than 1 losing season. It's difficult. And that's just at the high school level. So he coached high school, and then he coached 2 high schools, and then he coached at 2 colleges. So he left Dayton High School, and then he went to South Bend Central High School, which is closer to where he's from. And he was an AD, I believe an AD, English teacher, and a coach at South Bend Central. He also served 2 years in the armed forces during that time, won a couple state championships, and then went to Indiana State University for 3 years as the AD and the head coach. And he also coached basketball or baseball 1 year at Indiana State. And Indiana State is known for their greatest player to ever play was Larry Bird, Larry the legend. But Larry came after John Wooden, obviously, about 30 years later. Wooden coached at Indiana State, and then he went to UCLA. That's where he made his mark. He won 10 national championships, 7 in a row. 1 game, 1966 and 1972, a stretch from 1964 to 1975. There were 2 years that he didn't win a national championship. Otherwise, he would have won, what would that have been? 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12 years in a row. 12 years in a row he would have won a national championship if they would have won in 66 and if they would have won in 74. Crazy thing is they went to the Final Four under him in 74. They didn't make it to the Final Four in 1966. I would love to see that 1966 team that fucked up the run. Because otherwise he would have had 10 in a row if they would have just won in 1966. But they didn't even make it to the 1966 Final Four. So what's so great about John Wooden? Well, he always worked on creating a legacy for people to follow of personal success and organizational leadership. He was beloved by his players, but he required a lot out of his players. He didn't accept mediocrity, and he didn't accept someone saying they couldn't do something. He just didn't accept it. Like, his mantra was, you compete, you give your absolute best, and you do the things that you're supposed to do for your team. And there's a lot of schools of thought around team. I'm going to give you mine. Well, let's talk about some other schools of thought first. Like, the first one you always hear is there's no I in team. There's no I in team. Okay, that's true. That is true. But you have to have a leader of the team. You think about the Chicago Bulls, best example I can give, because I followed the Bulls all through the 90s, became a fan of the Bulls probably in the late 80s because of one named Michael Jordan, the great, the GOAT. There is no discussion. He was the greatest to ever play the game. And he took his team to the finals in the NBA 6 times, and they won 6 times. He took 2 years off during the 2-3-year runs. And while they made it to the tournament, they didn't win. They were a lost, leaderless team. And while you have to have all members of the team working together, you have to have a leader that pushes you to achieve your best. And while it's true, there is no I in team, because team is spelled T-E-A-M, there is a nucleus. And a nucleus always has a center. And the center is always the smallest piece. And the smallest piece helps to build the surrounding members. And while leadership is more about serving others and helping others become their best, sometimes you need a leader to help direct where you need to go, to help provide a roadmap to success. And John Wooden was that kind of coach. And so if you look at your business and you look at the ways that you're leading your team, are you providing opportunity for them to be successful? Are you giving them ways to help you grow your business, your organization, what it is that you do? Are you giving them the ability to dominate on a daily basis? See, most times as leaders, we want to keep our hand or our thumb pressed on top of the people that are working for us instead of putting our hand under and helping lift them up. So which one are you? Are you involved more than you should be? Are you not involved enough? Where are you lining up your values for leadership to your team? Take a retrospect, look inside, start providing strong leadership, and let's dominate today.
Dominate the day, that's what we're about to do. If you don't wanna dominate, then this podcast ain't for you. But if you are, then keep listening, cause every single damn day, the mission is to dominate. You already know we're here to dominate the day. So if you wanna dominate every day, then let's go, it's time to grow. This is another episode of Dominate the Day.